I joked, "Want to move in with me?" The very next day she asked, "Were you serious?" Neon lights reflected off the glass windows, painting the walls in streaks of blue and purple. It was another busy evening in the megacity, where skyscrapers stretched so high they seemed to touch the clouds. Even from his 42nd floor apartment, Alex could hear the faint buzz of hovercars racing through the streets. He adjusted the holocall window. Kayla's face appeared, smiling brightly, framed by the warm orange glow of her Mars habitat dome. She had been stationed there for months, helping to terraform new settlements on the Red Planet. Alex couldn't help but notice how her hair caught the light, shimmering like copper strands in the artificial sun. "Hey, Alex," Kayla said, her voice playful but tired. "You working late again?" Alex chuckled, leaning back in his chair. "You know me. Can't stop tinkering with this prototype. I swear, someday it'll practically think for itself." He waved a hand at the small floating drone hovering near his desk. It beeped in acknowledgement, circling around and scanning the room. Kayla raised an eyebrow. "I swear, you're going to give yourself a heart attack before your AI even wakes up." Alex laughed. Then, on impulse, he leaned forward and said jokingly, "So, want to move in with me?" For a moment there was silence on the holocall. Kayla blinked, then burst out laughing. "Are you serious?" she asked between laughs, shaking her head. "Of course not," Alex replied quickly, smiling. "I'm just joking. You're on Mars and I'm stuck here with the neon lights and the endless hum of hovercars. It's impossible." Kayla's laughter continued. "Yeah, impossible. Very funny, Alex." She shook her head again, still smiling. "I'll keep that in mind if I ever get bored of Mars." They talked for a few more minutes, sharing stories of their day. Alex described the minor problems he had been having with his AI project, and Kayla told him about a dust storm that had almost knocked over a solar collector. But even as the conversation flowed, a quiet thought lingered in Kayla's mind. When the holocall ended, Alex leaned back in his chair, thinking he had dodged a serious conversation. It had just been a joke, after all. He didn't imagine that Kayla, thousands of kilometers away on another planet, might take his words more seriously than he intended. 2 days later, Alex woke to the sound of his apartment's smart door chime. It was an unusual sound, soft but insistent. He frowned. It was the middle of the day. He wasn't expecting any deliveries. Hovering over to the door, he glanced at the apartment's security interface and froze. Kayla. She was standing there, smiling nervously, her red hair pulled back into a practical braid. Behind her, the transport hub's automated systems hummed softly, their bright lights casting reflections on the polished floor. Alex could barely believe his eyes. "Kayla," he said, his voice a mix of surprise and confusion. "What, how?" Kayla laughed, a little embarrassed. "I booked a flight, came back early. Thought I'd see if your joke was serious." Alex stepped back, letting her in. His mind raced. Mars to Earth travel wasn't impossible, but it wasn't cheap either. It certainly wasn't something someone would do on a whim. Yet here she was, standing in his apartment, holding a small duffel bag and wearing a casual jacket that looked surprisingly stylish for interplanetary travel. "Wait, seriously?" Alex asked again, still in disbelief. "Yes," Kayla said, shrugging slightly. "I mean, if you were joking, it's not like I can just unsee this now. I came this far." Alex ran a hand through his hair, feeling both excitement and panic. I didn't expect you to," Kayla smiled, cutting him off. "Relax. I don't plan to take over your apartment or anything. I just thought I'd give this a try." For a moment they both stood there, the weight of the situation settling over them. Alex felt a strange warmth, a combination of relief, excitement, and the tiniest bit of fear. He had always admired Kayla's adventurous spirit, her confidence, and her intelligence. And now she was here, choosing to be near him. "Come on," Alex said finally, gesturing for her to follow him. "Let me show you what you're getting yourself into." Kayla followed him into the apartment, glancing around. Alex's home was cluttered with his projects. half-assembled drones, stacks of technical manuals, and glowing panels that blinked with data. The AI drone buzzed past her, making a small circle around her head. "Nice," Kayla said, ducking slightly to avoid the drone. "Looks chaotic," Alex laughed. "It is, but it works, mostly." Kayla picked up one of the manuals and skimmed through it. "You really work with this stuff all the time." "All the time," Alex said, nodding. "It's my thing. Keeps me busy." They spent the next hour catching up. Alex told her about his AI experiments and the new energy-efficient propulsion system he was developing. Kayla shared stories of life on Mars, the beauty of the red deserts, and the challenges of keeping habitats stable in extreme conditions. Despite the technical conversations, the atmosphere was light. There were moments of laughter, like when Kayla accidentally activated one of Alex's drones, sending it zipping around the apartment and knocking over a stack of tools. And there were quieter moments, like when she looked out the window at the city below, her expression thoughtful. "I never thought I'd be back here so soon," she said softly. "It's different. Busy, noisy, alive." Alex nodded. "Yeah, Earth's a lot to take in after Mars. But it's home in a way, at least until your next mission." Kayla smiled at him, then shook her head. "Maybe this time I don't want to go back so soon." The words lingered in the air between them. Alex felt his heart skip a beat. For months, he had imagined what it would be like if Kayla were around more often, but he had never dared to hope it might actually happen. And now, here she was, standing in his apartment, choosing to be near him. "Don't worry," Alex said finally, trying to sound casual. "You're welcome to stay as long as you want. I mean, if you don't mind the mess." Kayla laughed. "I don't mind. Besides, I think I can handle a little chaos." For the rest of the day, they unpacked her small bag, explored the apartment, and talked about future plans. Alex showed her the rooftop garden he had been working on, a small patch of greenery that grew in artificial soil, perfect for someone who had spent months in barren Martian habitats. Kayla was impressed, and they shared a quiet moment watching the sunset over the city, the sky turning gold and pink as hovercars zipped past below. As night fell, Alex realized something. This wasn't just a joke anymore. It was real. Kayla was here, and they were about to start something new, something unpredictable, exciting, and entirely their own. For the first time in a long while, Alex felt a sense of anticipation. The kind of anticipation that made life feel larger, brighter, and full of possibilities. And he knew that whatever came next, it was going to be an adventure, together. The next morning, Alex woke to the faint hum of the city below. Sunlight streamed through the floor-to-ceiling windows, casting warm stripes across the cluttered apartment. He stretched and glanced at the couch. Kayla was still asleep, her head resting on a pillow she had claimed for herself, a small smile on her face. Alex quietly moved to the kitchen, careful not to wake her. He set the kettle to boil and grabbed 2 cups, planning to make her favorite, Mars-style roasted coffee beans, which she had requested during their previous holo call. The rich aroma soon filled the apartment. When Kayla finally stirred, the sunlight caught her hair, turning it into a soft copper glow. She yawned and sat up, rubbing her eyes. "Morning," she murmured. "Coffee smells amazing." Alex smiled. "Thought you'd like it, Mars style, just like you like it." "Want me to make some breakfast too?" Kayla nodded, stretching. "Sure, I'll help." They moved through the small kitchen together, chopping vegetables, mixing eggs, and occasionally bumping into each other in a playful way. The routine was comforting, and for the first time, Alex felt a sense of normalcy he hadn't known he was missing. After breakfast, Kayla wandered around the apartment, examining Alex's tech projects. Her curiosity was insatiable, her fingers tracing the edges of floating drones and prototype devices. "You really work with all this stuff?" she asked, picking up a small levitating cube. "All the time," Alex replied. "Some of it's just tinkering, some of it's important." Kayla tilted her head. "I like that. I've always admired how you dive into things. Makes sense I would come here. she smiled, glancing at him. Even if it was a joke. Alex laughed nervously, scratching the back of his neck. Yeah, well, jokes have a way of becoming real sometimes, apparently. By late morning, Kayla decided to take a walk outside and reacquaint herself with Earth. The city was bustling as usual. Hovercars zipped past overhead while pedestrians hurried along the streets below. Billboards shimmered with holographic ads, some interactive, some projecting miniature simulations of products or entertainment experiences. Kayla marveled at it all. It had been months since she had seen Earth in person, and the city's energy felt almost overwhelming after the quiet, red deserts of Mars. She followed Alex's directions to a nearby park, where patches of greenery and trees had been preserved amid the city's towering skyscrapers. Alex trailed behind her, carrying a small backpack filled with essentials for the day. "You sure you don't want me to guide you?" he asked. "I've got this," Kayla replied with a confident smile. She moved with ease, navigating crowded streets and automated transport systems. Her time on Mars had trained her well. She could adapt quickly to new environments, and Earth was a welcome challenge. They reached the park, finding a quiet spot near a small fountain. Children played nearby, and a few street performers entertained passers-by. Kayla let out a deep breath, closing her eyes for a moment. "It's good to be back," she said softly. Alex nodded. "I can imagine. Mars must be beautiful, though. I've seen pictures, but I can't pretend it's the same as being there." Kayla smiled. "It is. Red dust, rocky hills, endless skies. It's lonely sometimes, but it teaches you a lot. How to survive, how to think ahead." Alex glanced at her, noticing the quiet determination in her eyes. "You've got a lot of strength, Kayla. I guess I never realized it fully until now." She shrugged lightly. "You'll see more of it over time, but strength isn't just about surviving, it's about adapting and trusting yourself." By afternoon, they returned to the apartment. Kayla had grown tired from the walk but seemed energized in a different way, a sense of purpose, perhaps, or the excitement of being back on Earth. Alex suggested they try one of his small projects together. "I have a drone prototype I've been testing," Alex said, leading her to the lab area of his apartment. "It's meant to adapt to urban environments. You might find it interesting." Kayla's eyes lit up. "I'd love to see it." Alex activated the drone. It hummed softly, hovering in the air. Kayla examined it closely, tracing its surface and pointing out small adjustments she would make if she were building it. Alex listened, impressed by her insight. She had a natural talent for understanding technology, even the advanced systems designed for space exploration. "Not bad," she said, giving him a small smile. "You've built a lot, but sometimes you overcomplicate things." Alex laughed. "Maybe, but it works." They spent hours testing the drone, making adjustments and improvements together. Kayla's perspective, honed from months on Mars, offered solutions Alex hadn't considered. The experience brought them closer, their teamwork effortless and natural. As evening approached, the city lights came alive, casting a vibrant glow across the apartment. They moved to the rooftop garden, where Alex had cultivated a small oasis of greenery. Plants thrived in artificial soil, glowing softly under the warm lights he had installed. Kayla knelt beside a patch of Mars-native herbs Alex had acquired. "You've done a good job here," she said. "It's peaceful. I can see why you like it." Alex joined her, leaning against the railing. "It's my escape from the chaos down below, and now I guess it's ours." Kayla smiled, appreciating the sentiment. "Yeah, our little corner of the city." The moment was quiet, comfortable. They watched as the sun dipped below the skyline, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. For a while, neither spoke. Words weren't necessary. The connection between them was enough. Later that night, they returned to the living room. Alex powered up his hollow screen, opening a display of city news and updates. Kayla leaned back on the couch, watching him work. "You really immerse yourself in this, huh?" she said. Alex shrugged. "It's who I am, but it's more fun with company." He glanced at her and Kayla felt her heart skip a beat. Kayla had brought a small device from Mars, a compact drone, capable of scanning environments and collecting data efficiently. She had intended to use it for her own research, but now she considered sharing it with Alex. "I brought something," she said, pulling it from her bag. It's a little experimental. I thought maybe it could help you with your projects." Alex's eyes widened as he examined the small drone. "This is incredible. Where did you even get this?" "Mars," Kayla replied casually. "I had some free time to tinker. Figured it might be useful here." Alex's excitement was palpable. Together, they activated the device, watching as it scanned the apartment and created a 3D map in real time. Kayla explained the Martian tech behind it, and Alex marveled at its efficiency. This could change a lot of things here," Alex said, his mind already racing with ideas. Kayla smiled. "I thought you might like it." The two of them spent the rest of the night experimenting with the drone. Laughter filled the apartment as small mishaps occurred, drones bumping into walls, accidental triggers sending lights flashing, and Alex nearly tripping over a charging cable. But each mistake was a shared experience, bonding them further. As the city lights outside flickered and danced, Alex realized that Kayla's presence was changing everything. Life felt brighter, more exciting. The apartment no longer seemed like a place of work and solitude. It had become a home, a space for creativity, connection, and possibility. Kayla, too, felt the shift. Earth was familiar yet strange. But with Alex beside her, she felt grounded, supported, and strangely at ease. The joke that had started it all, his offhand comment about moving in together, had become something real, something that neither of them could have predicted but both now embraced fully. For the first time in months, Kayla felt truly at home. And Alex realized with a quiet thrill that their story was only just beginning. The following morning, Alex woke to the faint hum of the city below. Rays of sunlight crept through the glass windows, cutting across the scattered gadgets and papers on his desk. Today felt different. The apartment no longer seemed like his alone. Kayla was already awake, stretching and moving about the kitchen with ease, her energy calm but purposeful. "Good morning," she said, her voice carrying across the room. "You're up early." Alex smiled, rubbing his eyes. "Yeah, can't sleep much these days. There's too much to think about and too much to do." Kayla tilted her head, curiosity in her eyes. "Thinking about what?" "Everything," Alex replied. "The AI project, the drones, the city, and now you." Kayla laughed softly, shaking her head. "Don't make it sound like a burden." "I'm not," Alex said quickly. "It's exciting, just different." Kayla nodded, understanding more than Alex could know. She moved closer, picking up a cup of coffee from the counter. "Different can be good," she said quietly. "Sometimes it's exactly what we need." The small apartment, once filled with the hum of machines and the glow of screens, now felt alive in a new way. Their shared routines had turned it into a space of comfort, collaboration, and even laughter. But there was something unspoken between them, a quiet tension, a question that neither had yet voiced. Later that morning, Alex suggested a walk to clear their minds and think about the day ahead. They descended the elevator into the streets, where the city's energy hit them immediately. Hovercars zoomed past, and the hum of drones filled the air. Vendors called out from kiosks, selling everything from freshly grown produce to small robotic assistants. Kayla glanced around, her eyes bright with fascination. "I forgot how alive this city feels," she said. "Mars is so quiet. It makes this chaos feel refreshing." Alex smiled. "Yeah, but it's also exhausting sometimes." They walked in silence for a few minutes, enjoying the rhythm of the city and the simple comfort of each other's presence. Eventually, they reached a quiet park nestled between two massive skyscrapers. Trees and grass provided a small oasis amid the urban sprawl. Kayla sank onto a bench, looking out at the small pond that reflected the city's towering buildings. "I never thought I'd feel this way again," she said softly. "Back on Earth, I mean. I thought I'd always be on Mars, always alone." Alex sat beside her, sensing the weight behind her words. "You're not alone anymore," he said gently, "and you don't have to be." Kayla turned to him, her eyes searching his. "Alex, when I came here, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe I was rushing, or maybe it was just a whim, but now I'm not so sure." Alex felt his heart race. "Kayla, what are you saying?" She took a deep breath. "I'm saying I want to stay with you if you're serious about your joke." Alex blinked, a mix of surprise, disbelief, and elation washing over him. "You mean, really, you want to move in?" Kayla nodded. "Yes, I've been thinking about it a lot since I booked the flight, and I don't want to go back to Mars just yet. I want to be here, with you." Alex felt a rush of emotion, one he had barely allowed himself to consider. His mind raced, imagining the possibilities, the routines, the shared life they could build. "Kayla, I didn't expect this. I didn't think you'd actually." His voice trailed off, unable to find the right words. "I know," Kayla said with a soft smile. "I wasn't sure either, but I've made my decision. I want to try with you." Alex reached out, taking her hand gently. "Then, yes, I'm serious. I want this too. I just never imagined it would happen so soon." Kayla's smile widened, relief evident in her eyes. "Good, because I'm not going anywhere." That afternoon, they returned to the apartment to start planning Kayla's permanent move. Alex's apartment, once a space of solitary tinkering, now transformed into a shared home. They rearranged furniture to accommodate her belongings, cleared space for her work, and even started a small corner for plants, something Kayla insisted on having, despite the lack of natural soil on the rooftop. "This will be perfect," Kayla said, examining the small corner she had claimed. "A little green space reminds me of home." Alex nodded, impressed by her thoughtfulness. "It's perfect, I like it." As they worked, laughter filled the apartment. Kayla accidentally tripped over a wire while moving a drone, sending it skittering across the floor. Alex rushed to catch it, and they both ended up laughing at the minor chaos. "You really have a way of turning everything into an adventure," Alex said, shaking his head. Kayla grinned. "And you have a way of making chaos manageable." By evening, the city lights shimmered across the apartment. They stood on the rooftop, looking at the horizon where the sun dipped behind the skyscrapers. The rooftop garden glowed softly under Alex's installed lights, casting a warm reflection across the apartment. Kayla leaned on the railing, a thoughtful expression on her face. "Alex, there's something else I need to tell you." Alex turned to her, concerned. "What is it?" "It's about my work on Mars," she said slowly. "I brought a small project with me, a drone I've been working on. It's experimental, advanced, and potentially valuable. Very valuable." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Valuable? How valuable?" Kayla hesitated. "Enough that some organizations might be interested in it for their own purposes. I didn't think it would matter here on Earth, but I might have underestimated that." Alex felt a pang of concern. "You mean someone could try to take it?" Kayla nodded. "Yes. I think I need to be careful, but I trust you. I know we can figure it out together." Alex placed a hand on her shoulder. "We will. Whatever it is, we'll face it together. We can handle it." Kayla smiled, feeling reassured. "Good. I need to trust that now more than ever." That night they spent hours experimenting with the drone. It hovered effortlessly, scanning the apartment and projecting a small holographic map of the space. Alex was impressed by its efficiency. This is incredible," he said. "It could change a lot about how we work on AI and drones here." Kayla laughed. "I thought you'd like it. I wanted to bring a little of Mars to Earth." As the hours passed, their connection grew stronger. They worked together, laughed together, and planned for the future. Alex realized that the offhand joke he had made months ago had led to something far greater, a partnership, a bond, and the possibility of a shared life. Kayla, too, felt a sense of belonging she hadn't experienced in months. Earth was home again, but now it felt even more like home because of Alex. The apartment, once a solitary space filled with gadgets and screens, had become a shared world, a place of creativity, warmth, and promise. And as they sat together late into the night, watching the city lights dance below, both knew that their journey was only beginning. They had made a decision, a choice to trust one another and to face the future side by side. And for the first time, the idea of moving forward together didn't feel uncertain or scary. It felt right. The morning light filtered into the apartment, casting long streaks across the floor. Alex sat at his desk, sipping coffee, while Kayla moved around the apartment, organizing her small belongings and finding her place in this new world. The routine they had begun was slowly settling into something comfortable, a rhythm of shared meals, tech projects, and quiet moments on the rooftop. You know, Kayla said, glancing up from a pile of cables she was untangling, I never realized how alive your apartment really is. There's so much tech everywhere. It's like a playground for someone like me. Alex smiled. It's organized chaos, kind of like me. Kayla laughed softly. That explains a lot. Their laughter echoed through the room, a warm sound that made the apartment feel more like home, but the sense of peace was fragile. Kayla's experimental drone from Mars, still buzzing quietly on the countertop, had drawn subtle attention. Automated tracking systems that she had not expected were now pinging softly on her portable scanner. Alex noticed the small alert. "What's this?" he asked, leaning over. Kayla frowned. Just a minor scan. Some corporate tech monitoring drones in the area, nothing to worry about. Probably routine. Alex raised an eyebrow. Are you sure? These things rarely scan without a reason. Kayla hesitated, then nodded. Yes, it's probably nothing. Let's not worry about it yet. Later in the day, Kayla decided to explore the city further. She wanted to understand the environment she would now be living in. Earth, for all its familiarity, had changed while she had been away. Alex offered to join her, but she insisted on going alone, a habit ingrained from months of independent work on Mars. You sure? Alex asked. Kayla smiled. I'm fine, don't worry. She stepped into the city, moving with ease among pedestrians and automated transport systems. Despite the urban chaos, she felt a sense of freedom she hadn't experienced in months. Hovercars zoomed overhead, holographic billboards flickered, and robots moved silently along the streets, performing tasks from deliveries to maintenance. Kayla's Martian-trained eyes noted every detail, analyzing how each system worked, how humans interacted with technology, and how she could adapt her drone to this environment. By mid-afternoon, she returned to the apartment, her steps measured but her mind buzzing with ideas. Alex, she said, holding up her scanner, there's more activity than I expected. Some organizations are noticing my drone. Not a threat yet, but they're curious. I think we need to be careful. Alex frowned. Curious, like someone wants it, Kayla nodded. Possibly. And I think we should take precautions. Alex ran a hand through his hair, feeling a mixture of concern and excitement. All right, let's figure this out together. The next few days were a whirlwind of activity. Alex and Kayla worked side by side, reinforcing the apartment's systems, improving the drone, and experimenting with new ways to integrate their technology. Kayla's Martian drone proved invaluable. It could scan the environment, detect anomalies, and even predict potential security threats. Alex integrated it with his AI prototypes, creating a network that could monitor both the apartment and the surrounding area. This is amazing, Alex said one evening, watching the drones hover in perfect synchronization. We've turned my apartment into a small fortress of tech. Kayla smiled. Not a fortress, a home. We need to remember that. Alex nodded, realizing she was right. The technology was important, but the apartment wasn't just a lab or a workshop. It was their shared space, their home. Despite the excitement, adjustment wasn't always easy. Living together brought small conflicts. Kayla's habit of reorganizing Alex's projects clashed with his methodical, sometimes chaotic, approach. Alex's tendency to leave drones activated while cooking caused minor accidents, sending sparks and alarms through the apartment. One evening, a small mishap occurred when Kayla accidentally triggered a drone swarm, sending multiple drones buzzing through the apartment. One knocked over a stack of tools, scattering them across the floor. Alex sighed, rubbing his temples. "Kayla, maybe we should coordinate better," he said, though his tone was more amused than angry. Kayla laughed, crouching to pick up the scattered tools. "Or maybe you should label things better," she teased. They laughed together, the tension easing. It was moments like these that taught them patience and adaptability, qualities that both had honed in different ways, through months of space missions and solitary work. One afternoon, Kayla suggested a test of their combined tech outside the apartment. "We should see how the drone performs in the city," she said. "Real environment, real challenges." Alex agreed, and they prepared the devices, carefully packing drones, sensors, and portable shields for protection. Kayla's Martian drone led the way, scanning for environmental data, while Alex's AI-controlled drones followed, mapping the area in real time. The city streets became a playground of technology and problem-solving. Kayla guided the drones through tight alleys, avoided automated transport, and analyzed patterns of human movement. Alex monitored the AI network, adjusting protocols and ensuring everything remained stable. "This is incredible," Alex said, watching the drones navigate seamlessly. "I've never seen tech work so well in a live environment." Kayla smiled. "It's teamwork, humans plus machines. That's always been our strength." Their cooperation highlighted an important truth. Humans could adapt, innovate, and improve, even when technology seemed overwhelming. Together, they were more than just engineers. They were pioneers of a small revolution in applied tech. Back at the apartment, they debriefed, analyzing the data collected during the city tests. Kayla noticed small anomalies, subtle scans from unknown drones hovering in nearby streets. "They're watching," she said softly. Alex frowned. "Whoever they are, they haven't made a move yet." Kayla shook her head. "Not yet, but we need to be ready. We can't let curiosity turn into interference." Alex nodded, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. This wasn't just about protecting her drone. It was about demonstrating human ingenuity, problem-solving, and resilience. They were facing a challenge together, and they would overcome it. As the week progressed, they continued to refine their systems. Kayla's experimental drone was integrated fully into Alex's AI network, creating a seamless environment monitoring system. They developed a series of protocols to detect intrusion, environmental hazards, and data breaches. Each success strengthened their confidence. Evenings became their time to relax, share meals, and enjoy the city view from the rooftop garden. The plants thrived under Kayla's careful care, a small reminder of Mars in the heart of Earth's urban sprawl. "You've turned this into a real home," Kayla said one evening, watching a small Martian herb glow softly under the garden lights. Alex smiled. "We've done it together," Kayla nodded. "Yeah, and I like it." The partnership between them was no longer just about surviving in the city or managing drones. It was about building a life, sharing responsibilities, and learning from one another. Their strengths complemented each other. Alex's technical expertise and Kayla's adaptive problem-solving created a synergy neither had expected but both welcomed. Despite the calm, the subtle threat of unknown observers lingered. Kayla's scans revealed intermittent signals, drones or surveillance devices that appeared briefly and then vanished. She was cautious but refused to let fear dominate her thoughts. "We'll handle it," she told Alex one night, showing him the data. "We just have to be smarter, faster, and more creative." Alex nodded. "Exactly, that's what humans do." The moment was quiet but significant. They weren't just engineers or experimenters. They were a team, capable of facing challenges with ingenuity, resourcefulness, and courage. Their bond, strengthened through daily life, play, and problem-solving, was becoming unbreakable. Late at night, they sat on the rooftop, watching the city's neon lights reflect on the glass towers. The drones hovered silently, monitoring the surroundings, but the moment belonged to them. "Alex," Kayla said, leaning back, "I'm glad I came. Even with all the challenges, I feel alive here. I feel like we're really doing something together." Alex smiled, taking her hand. "Me too. This is more than I ever imagined, and it's just the beginning." Kayla squeezed his hand, feeling the same sense of anticipation and excitement. The city below was full of possibilities, and with their combined talents, they knew they could face whatever came next. Their story was no longer just about a joke. It was about trust, collaboration, and the human ability to adapt and thrive. And though the challenges ahead were unknown, they were ready. Together, the city woke with the soft hum of hovercars and the faint scent of street food drifting through the air. Alex and Kayla were already at work in the apartment, reviewing data collected by the drones overnight. The subtle signals from unknown observers had become more consistent, confirming their suspicions. Someone was tracking Kayla's Martian drone. "We need a plan," Kayla said, her voice calm but determined. "They're not making a move yet, but they're clearly interested. Probably corporate or private researchers who see potential value in the drone." Alex nodded. "We've prepared for this. Our network of drones and AI sensors can give us a full view of the area. We just have to act carefully." Kayla smiled slightly. "Exactly. Humans adapt. And we're very good at adapting." They spent the morning testing new security protocols. Kayla's Martian drone projected a 3D map of the neighborhood, marking potential observation points, while Alex's AI drones hovered strategically, monitoring rooftops, alleys, and airspace. "Looks like they're trying to be stealthy," Kayla said, analyzing the data. "They want information without being noticed, but they're sloppy. We can track them." Alex grinned. "Good, because we can be better." By mid-afternoon, they had traced the signals to a few drones hovering on nearby buildings. They were small, inconspicuous, but clearly designed for surveillance. Alex and Kayla discussed a strategy. "We can't just destroy them," Alex said. "That would attract attention. We need to disable them without being noticed." Kayla nodded. "We'll use a signal jammer, calibrated to avoid interfering with our own drones. It'll confuse them long enough for us to trace the source." The plan was executed with precision. Kayla guided the Martian drone into position, scanning for the exact location of the observers. Alex adjusted his AI network, ensuring their drones remained unaffected. Within minutes, the unknown drones were tracked and their signal sources mapped. Alex leaned back, impressed. "We did it. We know who they are." Kayla's expression grew serious. "And we need to be smart. This isn't just about protecting the drone, it's about showing that humans can solve problems, adapt, and protect their creations." Over the next few days, Alex and Kayla worked to reinforce their systems. They upgraded the drone's encryption, improved the AI network's responsiveness, and created contingency plans for potential threats. Every evening, they shared meals and discussed strategies, blending technology with careful planning and human creativity. Their partnership had grown stronger than either had anticipated. Kayla admired Alex's technical ingenuity, while Alex respected Kayla's adaptability and problem-solving skills. Together, they formed a synergy that no outside observer could easily predict or counter. "This is amazing," Alex said one night, watching the drones move in perfect synchronization. "I never imagined humans could work so well with machines or with each other." Kayla laughed softly. "It's more than machines, it's teamwork. Humans have always been resourceful. We just need the right motivation." The breakthrough came when they identified the organization behind the surveillance, a corporate research group interested in Martian technology. They had been discreetly tracking Kayla's drone, hoping to replicate it without detection. Alex and Kayla realized that a direct confrontation could be risky. Instead, they decided on a demonstration that would show human ingenuity and teamwork, forcing the group to recognize their limitations. "We'll showcase the drone," Kayla said. "Let them see what it can do and why humans created it," Alex nodded. "A live demonstration, controlled, precise, undeniable." They prepared the apartment and rooftop for the demonstration. The drones were arranged carefully, each programmed to display specific capabilities: environmental scanning, predictive modeling, and autonomous problem-solving. Kayla connected her Martian drone to the network, allowing it to interact seamlessly with Alex's AI systems. When the demonstration began, the unknown observers watched via their surveillance devices. The drones executed complex maneuvers, adapting to unexpected obstacles, avoiding simulated threats, and completing tasks with precision. "It's incredible," one of the observers murmured through a communication link. "They're humans. They did all this themselves," Kayla smiled quietly. "Yes, humans can innovate, adapt, and solve problems in ways no machine alone can replicate." After the demonstration, the observers withdrew. Their attempts to intercept or steal the technology had failed. Alex and Kayla had proven that human creativity and teamwork were unmatched, even in a world filled with advanced surveillance and technology. Alex leaned against the railing of the rooftop, watching the sunset. "We did it. We actually did it." Kayla stood beside him, her eyes reflecting the warm glow of the city. "Yes, together. And this is just the beginning." The success wasn't just about technology. It was about their partnership, trust, and ability to adapt to new challenges. The apartment, once a solitary space of experiments and tinkering, had become a hub of human ingenuity, a testament to what could be achieved when minds worked together. In the days following the demonstration, Alex and Kayla continued refining their systems, experimenting with new applications for the drone and exploring the city. Kayla introduced small Martian innovations into the urban environment, while Alex adapted his AI prototypes to work alongside them. They laughed together, solved problems together, and celebrated small victories. Every success reinforced their belief in human potential, the ability to overcome challenges, learn from experience, and innovate even under pressure. One evening, as they watched the city lights flicker below, Kayla turned to Alex. "You know, the joke that started all this." Alex smiled, remembering the moment months ago when he had asked her to move in. "Yeah, I never thought it would lead here." Kayla laughed softly. "Neither did I, but I'm glad I came. Glad I trusted it." Alex took her hand. "Me too. It's more than a joke now, it's us. And I wouldn't change a thing." Weeks passed, and life in the apartment became a steady rhythm of work, discovery, and companionship. The city remained busy outside, but within their home, Alex and Kayla had created a space where creativity thrived. Challenges were met with ingenuity, and human spirit shone brightly. Kayla's Martian drone became a symbol of their achievements, a reminder that humans could innovate beyond limits, combining technology with adaptability and intelligence. Alex's AI systems, enhanced by Kayla's insights, demonstrated the perfect partnership between human and machine, humans directing, guiding, and problem-solving, while technology assisted, expanded, and amplified human potential. They had faced external threats, uncertainty, and challenges, but each obstacle had strengthened their bond and proven a simple truth: humans, with creativity, adaptability, and trust, could achieve incredible things. The final night of Part 5 found them on the rooftop, sitting side by side. The city lights shimmered below, the hum of hovercars creating a gentle rhythm. The drones hovered silently, their sensors quietly scanning, but the moment belonged to Alex and Kayla. "Do you ever think about Mars?" Alex asked quietly. Kayla smiled. "Sometimes, but I don't miss it as much as I thought I would. Earth, this city, this apartment with you, it feels right. Home." Alex nodded, feeling the truth in her words. Home, yeah. I never imagined I'd feel this way, but now I can't imagine it any other way. Kayla leaned back, her hand brushing against his. We've come a long way from that joke, haven't we? Alex laughed softly. A long way, and somehow it was always serious. They watched the city together, the neon lights reflecting in their eyes. Outside, the world continued to move, filled with challenges, chaos, and opportunities. But inside their shared home, they had found harmony, partnership, and a vision of what humans could achieve when they worked together. Kayla squeezed Alex's hand gently. No matter what comes next, we'll handle it. Together. Alex smiled, feeling a quiet sense of triumph and anticipation. Together, he echoed. The night deepened, but the warmth of their shared accomplishments and the promise of future adventures glowed brighter than any city light. They had proven that human ingenuity, courage, and adaptability could overcome even the most uncertain challenges. And as they sat there, side by side, the world felt full of possibility, their partnership unbreakable, and the future theirs to create.